All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to my scope today. All right, broadcasting live streaming on Meerkat and also Periscope. Just want to welcome everybody. Sorry I didn't make, I did have one yesterday. It was a scope of a scope, but I didn't personally do a scope yesterday. So I wanted to apologize for that. But I want to come at you today and bring you something. One of the many lessons, that I learned as a real estate investor. So we're going to go and get into that here in a minute. But we want to give some time for some more folks to join us, on Meerkat and Periscope. All right, when we turn this camera around, we're going to see what we do about the Meerkat folks. All right. Welcome everybody. Hope you're having a blessed Wednesday. For some, it's hump day. For others, those of us who are living the life, living our dreams, then every day is another day to be successful. Oh, it said my stream is too weak on Meerkat. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, my office here in the back has bad connection. Hopefully I'm connected there on Periscope. If not, I'm going to have to start broadcasting in the front of the house, or maybe I can look at getting a booster, an internet frequency booster. I'm sure they probably have something like that. I'll go to Best Buy and check that out, because that's definitely what I need to improve this broadcast. No need of doing it if nobody can see it. Welcome everybody. My name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, trainer, mentor, coach, here to help as many people as I can to realize the beauty of real estate, the beauty of wholesaling, so that we can change our lives financially, change the lives of our family, and change the lives of many others. Okay? And also, Dino, welcome back, brother, welcome back. And also, my background includes entrepreneurship, sales, marketing, online and offline marketing. So I want to share with you what we've been blessed to be able to learn over the last 25 years now, I think. All right, thanks for the invite. If you're watching me, I'm not getting a good enough connection from Meerkat, so we'll wait on that. If you're watching me, let me try another location. If you're watching on Periscope, please swipe to the right. Swipe to the right and share. Swipe to the right. Share on Facebook and Twitter. And also follow me. And definitely, like Dino is doing, show some love. Let me know who's there. I see green hearts. Who is that? Who else is there besides Dino? Who else is there on Periscope? And where are you coming from, ladies and gentlemen? Where are you coming from? We're going to get started. I just want to share. All right. Your girl is here too. All right. Well, thank you. We definitely want women in the house. They are definitely add balance. If you have a partner in your pursuit from financial independence, that is the most beautiful thing in the world. So congratulations, Dino, for having your girl with you right there. So we're going to share with you today, ladies and gentlemen, one of the many things that I've learned here as a real estate investor, particularly in wholesaling, but I've studied basically, the plethora of ways of investing. Excuse me. All right, Depictable. Will you stand by? I'm going to give you some information where you can go ahead and take, Trish, thank you, where you can get some information, because I'm here to share with you what I've learned. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line is when you're learning something, it's about being smart in your approach and shortening the learning curve. Since I'm not on Meerkat, let me go ahead and turn. All right. So it's about learning, ladies and gentlemen. It's about learning. It's all about learning. If you're not constantly learning, then you're not really in pursuit. All right. You're not in pursuit of your dreams. All right. So you have to be constantly in pursuit. So what am I doing here? Let me just share with you. Here's all the information that I purchased, not given, purchased from Grant Cardone, who's a sales expert. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in sales, started in sales, and I can tell you, if you don't know how to sell, then you're handicapped as an entrepreneur. I'm gonna say it again. If you don't know how to sell, it's a handicap as an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If it's outside of a traditional income and you're not a salesperson, you're not happy to be a salesperson, you don't understand that the salespeople make the world go round, then you have to change your mindset around sales. All right? Sales is the most beautiful profession for a free enterprise capitalistic society. Whatever you have around you, your clothes, somebody had to sell the material all the way to your front door. Okay? So this is the recent book, and I bought all that information within the last month and a half, and I've read it all, reading it many times for a second and third time. What's not included is the audio to this book, the audio book. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you today something that I learned early by God's grace, because if you make this mistake, it will cost you your career as a real estate wholesaler, as a real estate investor. All right? If you don't understand this one piece of the puzzle, you will become the very thing that you're looking for. The very people that you're looking to help, you will become one of them if you make this mistake. All right? By God's grace, as I said, I learned it early. So I teach this as a major cornerstone, right? As a philosophy that you need to employ at all times. There's certain rules. And maybe I should have called one of the biggest rules that I learned as a wholesale real estate investor. One of the biggest lessons, one of the biggest rules. Rules is something that you go by, all right? That you follow. That will keep you on the right course. Rules, all right? A straight measurement, all right? Straight line that will keep you straight if you follow that rule. So the number one rule, one of the biggest lessons that I learned as a wholesale real estate investor, studying real estate investing ever since the early 1980s. Got my first course in 1983. Ed Beckley. All right? And this is the main piece, ladies and gentlemen. If you can get this piece that I'm going to share with you real quick, it will make you thousands of dollars. It will save you thousands and thousands of dollars. And it'll keep you in the game longer. All right? So here it is. The number one of the biggest lessons or rules that you must have as a real estate investor in order to be successful in real estate, wholesaling or rehabbing or retailing as an investor, it doesn't matter. But it's about positioning yourself. It's having the mindset, the understanding, okay, and positioning yourself. The number one or one of the biggest lessons or rules that you have to have as a real estate investor, as a wholesale real estate investor, in order to be successful, ladies and gentlemen, is the rule of motivation. Rule of motivation. Okay? Motivation has it's a two-sided coin. But as a real estate investor, right, we have our antennas up. Our radars are scanning for motivated sellers. Motivated sellers. So part one of this rule is that you always be looking for motivated sellers. Always be looking for motivated sellers. And you have to understand that there's a reason behind their motivation. Don't always think their motivations, ladies and gentlemen, is money, because it's not always money. They need the money for something else. Or they may not even need the money. A lot of times people with money still have problems. They still have issues they want resolved. So they're not resolving those things for money. Many times those individuals will pay a very hefty price to have someone solve their problem for them. So part one of motivation is to make sure that we recognize and we're always on the lookout and we know where to find motivated sellers. Where to find motivated sellers, how to find motivated sellers. Go in with the understanding of motivation and what drives people to be motivated. It's not always money, but it's always a problem that they want to solve. All right? I've had people give me houses, livable houses, houses that you can just walk right into because they needed the problem solved more than they needed money. They needed the problem solved more than they needed money. Husband and wife worked. It was down in Clear Lake, Texas. The guy got moved to another city. He worked in the engineering, in the oil and gas industry. All right? So money wasn't an issue for him. He gave me his house. He gave me his house because he didn't want to deal with management. He didn't want to have that mental occupation while he's pursuing his career and getting advanced in his career and making more money. He just didn't want that problem. Him or his wife. I sat down with both of them. So understand motivation, because here's the thing, the beautiful thing about understanding motivation, ladies and gentlemen, that it doesn't matter what the economy is, there's always motivated people. See, is now a good time to get into real estate as a wholesaler? Will it be later on? What about a year ago? There will always be motivated sellers because there's always going to be people with issues, problems that they need solved. Okay? So motivated sellers. And as always, this is a pre-launch to my course coming out with the Secrets to Wholesaling Volume 1 and 2. Coming out real soon. All right? And on Periscope, we're going to start here shortly a 13-day training program. A 13-day training course. Right here on Periscope. I'm going to pull information out of 13 hours of boot camp style, no holds barred training that I did for a private group. You're going to get access to this information through this course. See, private is always different and quote-unquote better than public. There's always more that someone shares in private than in public. There's always more clarity, more preciseness, right? More honesty in private than in a public setting. So you're going to get access to this program pretty soon. It's downloadable. It's not in physical form. It's downloadable. So you can get it right away, start listening to it right away, and run with it. All right, so that's coming up pretty soon. But if you want to get it right now, go to thesecretstoWholesaling.com. ThesecretstoWholesaling.com. Enter your name and information, and I'll send you a personal link where you can get it right now. You don't even have to wait for the pre-release. Because I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but if I can get it now, I want it now. And even when I can't get it now, I want it now. But if I can get it now, I'm going to get it now. All right? That's how you can identify those that are motivated. We're talking about motivation. And those that are not motivated. Those that are motivated, ladies and gentlemen, are motivated with their actions and not with their words. We're talking about one of the biggest lessons or rules to use that I learned as a wholesale real estate investor early is the rule of motivation. Rule of motivation. There's always two sides of motivation. And there's always, not always, but there can be as many different motivations as there are people in the transaction. Everybody can have a different motivation, and everybody can have a different level of motivation. See, so you have to go in understanding the rule of motivation. Motivation is what drives people to take action. So if we identify what their motivation is through conversation, through questions, you can learn all that in my course, right? As a professional, as a studied, trained, professional wholesale real estate investor, you'll know what questions to ask, and you'll also know how to help them. Because we're here to help them, not manipulate them, not take advantage of them, and I cover that in my course. But to help them. Once we identify what their motivation is, we can help them to allow us to solve their problem much sooner. Because a lot of people are motivated, right? But procrastination is also strong in their life. So they're motivated, but they're not taking action many times due to procrastination. Okay? So you have the seller that's motivated. That's what's going to start the opportunity. The opportunity starts not by you looking for property, not by you buying my course and studying it, but by identifying motivated sellers. And that's when you go to work. That's when you stop looking for property. You stop analyzing property. You focus your full attention on those motivated sellers. 1, 2, or 3 sellers. You might uncover 2, 3 of them at a time. But you focus, once you find a motivated seller, you focus on that seller. Time, energy, and mental power on that motivated seller. Helping that motivated seller by identifying what their motivation is and communicating it to them verbally and see if they agree to that as their motivation. All right? Now that's how you make thousands of dollars with the rule of motivation. With the rule of motivation. Now there's 2 sides of motivation, I told you, right? Okay? And everybody involved does have a level of motivation. Everybody. So you as an investor, you have a level of motivation. What is your motivation to get the deal done? See, you have to have a level of motivation. A high level of motivation. But here's the key. Here's the rule of motivation that will keep you in the game. Hey, Lloyd, that will keep you in the game and make you successful. You have a motivation as a wholesale real estate investor. But don't let your motivation become desperation. Let me say that again. Don't let your motivation become desperation. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, you can swipe to the right and share. Go ahead and share this stream right now. If you like what you're hearing, share it. Swipe it up or to the right or from the bottom. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. And show me some love. Show me some love. You want a rebroadcast? You can do the same thing too. You can show love doing a rebroadcast. You can share it to Facebook and Twitter. All right? And you can also follow me. We're going to do these periscopes or these scopes every day. Because we got to get the word out of the up-and-coming release of my real estate program, The Secrets to Wholesaling, Volume 1 and 2, 13 hours. Go to thesecrets2wholesaling.com. So let's get back to you as an investor being motivated. You can't let it turn into desperation. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, how bad you need money, how bad you need a deal, how close you are to getting the deal. All right, because people these days are smarter than what they used to, just a common person. All right, and I've been in many negotiations with sellers that tried at the last minute, call it the 11-hour squeeze, was what they call it professionally in negotiation. They don't know what they were doing. They just thinking that at the last minute they can get more money. At the last minute, this happened to me over and over and over again, and I'll tell you a story about that with one of my students later. Okay, when we have more time, we get into our training. But you can't let your motivation turn to desperation, because who's ever the most motivated gives up or negotiates the most. They trade off the most during negotiation. Whoever it is the most motivated trades off or gives up more than the other person. So I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care how bad you need money. I don't care if the light man knocking on your door. I don't care if you're about to get kicked out of your apartment. You cannot be desperate. You cannot let your motivation turn to desperation. You will learn in my course how to make sure that the homeowner, the seller motivation is always higher than yours. That's the key. The rule to motivation. Make sure that the seller's motivation is always higher than yours. Okay? Until you get real good at it, then you can control your motivation even though it may be higher than theirs. But it's something, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to get involved with as a beginner. It's something that you have to just put in hours and hours and hours of negotiating, even before you can start playing around and tampering with the rule of motivation. Just stick with the basics, do's and don'ts. All right? The basics, do's and don'ts. So don't do it. Don't become desperate. Be able to walk from a deal. Be able to walk from a deal at any minute, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm telling you, you're going to have people that get to the day of closing, and you're thinking about, oh man, I'm about to make $10,000. Oh man, that's going to be so nice. Now I can take my family on a vacation. I can take my wife, my husband out to a nice dinner. I promise them. Oh man, this is going to be so powerful. They've seen me working and working. She or he was skeptical. But now they're going to know that this thing is real. And then the seller backs out. The seller wanted to play a game with you. Say that they talk with their cousin, who's a real estate agent, said I can get more money. I've had that happen to me many times. And my response was, where were they a few weeks ago? Where have they been for the last 2 years that your house has been vacant? Are they going to buy your property? No, but I'm going to buy it right now. And we'll talk about more of that in the contracts and things of that nature. All right? Because there's things you can put in your contract that would cost them money if they back out. So yeah, you can back out, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, but you're going to have to give me $5,000 from whoever you sell it to. Because they signed a contract with you, an agreement. And there's always a consequence to violate. Dominique, hey Dominique, there's always a violation to, there's always a consequence to breaking the agreement from your perspective, if you're writing the agreement. All right? So we're talking about one of the biggest lessons or rules that I learned as a real estate wholesale investor early in my career over, 10, 15 years ago? 2000? Okay, when I went active as a real estate investor. Motivation. The rule of motivation, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out on the replay. It's very powerful. Motivation is what drives or activates your opportunity as a real estate investor. Show some hearts if this is good stuff. Show some hearts, swipe and share, and follow me. Because there's more. We're going to cover some nuggets every day, even before we get into our 13-day training that's coming up pretty soon. Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. All right. We're going to do some scopes in the evening. I'm testing to see what's a better viewership, morning or in the evening. So we're probably going to do this same topic again this evening. But anyway, so the rule of motivation, ladies and gentlemen, go back and see it. But we're talking about it right now, and I want to drive home that you cannot be more motivated than the seller. Never, ever in the transaction, at the beginning, middle, or end. You always have to be mentally prepared. It all starts in the mind. Mentally prepared to walk away from the deal. Always know, and I learned this in sales, a deal is not a deal until the check cashes or till the check clears. A deal is not a deal until the check cashes. So don't get excited on the signed contract. Don't get excited that you have an investor to buy the deal from you. Don't get excited because you have a closed date and everybody's ready. Don't get excited because they showed up. Get excited, elated when the check clears. That's when you party. That's when you spend money, when the check clears. So don't let your motivation to do a deal, ladies and gentlemen, become desperate. You can't let it become desperation. You can't need it so bad. All right, because entrepreneurship, wholesale and real estate, being a real estate investor is not gambling. It's not where you're going to take a chance and see how this works. I'm going to take a chance at this wholesaling, man, because I really need it. Man, I really need this. This hand got to be it. This hand got to come through me for me. This real estate deal, I got contracts and everything. It just got to come through me, man, for me, man, because I'm desperate. I'm desperate. Right? You know what happened, Dominique? You know what happens? And I see it all the time. You know what happens? you become the motivated seller. I've seen so many real estate investors, I call them bootleg, those that don't want to invest in their training. How are you going to make more money than a doctor? You're not spending $100,000, $200,000 on education like a doctor. How are you going to make more money than an attorney? You're not willing to spend as much hours staying up late at night studying, right? Case studies. How are you gonna make as much money as them? You're gambling with this thing, ladies and gentlemen. How you don't want to buy a course? Look, I just finished telling you, these are all Grant Cardone programs I bought in the last month. Read them twice. What you don't see is the download audio, the audio book to this. How serious are you? Are you serious enough to where you start thinking you crazy? I shouldn't be buying another course. But something in my spirit tells me I'm getting closer and closer and closer. That's motivation. All right? That's motivation. Now, desperation can become a good thing, but I'm telling you, follow the rule. Follow the rule. How do you build momentum and keep going if you don't get excited till the check clears? You do that, brother, by the possibilities. Right? Faith without works is dead. Right? Faith. You have to have the possibility. You got to know that it's going to happen. You got to know that you're going to get it. You got to know that you got this far so you can be successful. The most important deal in real estate is your first deal. Not how much money you make. Your first deal, because that's the linchpin for the rest of them. How do you stay motivated? You keep your head in the book. Right? I have a saying is you can't operate in a vacuum. Long as you're just thinking within your mind with the same information that you've been having, then yeah, motivation will be hard. But if you're constantly putting in fresh information in your brain, replacing the old information that's in your brain. See, spirit likens unto itself. So as you put more and more of what you need into your brain, it coexists and connects with like ideas in your brain. Here's the workbook, right? More like things in your brain. Then you get excited and you stay excited. The frequencies in your brain, the vibration frequency in your brain increases. That's what motivation is. It's a heightened level of energy. So letter physics, you got it? You like that? Good. So that's how I do it. See, a real mentor, coach, trainer can tell you how they do it, what works for them. And they believe that it works for them and it'll work for you. Because there's nothing special about any one of us. What makes us special is how we think and what we do. That's what makes us special. All right? That's what makes us special. That's how you stay motivated. Stay motivated, not desperate. Desperate, I'm glad you asked that question, right? Because you become desperate when you think of how bad you got to have that deal. How bad that deal got to come through for you. How bad you need that commission. How bad. How bad I need to do this deal because my girl looking at me crazy. How bad I need to do this deal because I'm going to look stupid buying another course. I'm in Houston, Texas. You can reach me at DarrellMuhammad on all the platforms. DarrellMuhammad on Facebook fan page, Twitter, Periscope. All right? Or you can go to DarrellMuhammad.net or thesecretstoWholesaling.com. All right? So, don't become you become desperate. What you focus on becomes real to you. Study The Secret when it first came out in 2009. I can pull you books from those that are on The Secret that I've studied. Okay? So, talking about the rule of motivation. The rule of motivation. So focus on the positive possibilities and not the problems. Right? The problems. Because the problems will make you depressed, will make you desperate. That'll make you do a bad deal. That'll make you skip the steps that you're going to learn here in my program. You don't skip steps. You just move quickly through the steps. Because see, you skip steps because you're in a hurry. Well, why not go through the steps faster? Right? Why not go through the steps faster? So that's what we need to do. Rule number one of the biggest lessons, rules that I learned as a wholesale real estate investor is the law or rule of motivation. The law of motivation. The law of motivation. You understand that, ladies and gentlemen? It'll make you a lot of money. All right? And not just money. There's motivation versus a high school game. It is motivation. It's not bad, it's not good. It just is. It's motivation. So when you talk to people, your friends, motivation. And let me share this with you, and then you can open up for questions if you have any questions. If you like what you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen, please share it. And the screen lets me know if you share it or not. You see it, right? You see the comments. So share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter. All right? The part of building wealth, right, is not being stingy or niggardly. N-A-G-G-A-R-D-L-Y. Niggardly. Stingy. You can't build wealth being stingy. Share. If it's good enough for you, then you should share. It should be automatic. If it's good enough to share something good with them. And then they'll know you or start to know you as being a person. Dominique is always sharing. Man, he's always calling and sharing a good word and encouraging me and asking me, how am I doing? He doesn't talk much about himself. Dominique is always just, hey, just wanted to let you know I thought about you. There's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't have. People will give you stuff if you just learn how to tap into their motivation. Is to want to be loved. Is to want to be loved. Show people attention. Show people a form of love and kindness. And they'll open up to you. They won't even. I have some people tell me, I don't know why I'm doing this deal with you. It's just something. See, you identify a person's motivation so you can help them, not help yourself by taking advantage of them. Thank you for sharing, Dominique. Appreciate you. All right? You help people by identifying their motivation. And if you help enough people, as Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, tells them, oh no, Zig Ziglar say, right? To get what you want, help enough people get what they want. Right? See, so these are the concepts. These are the rules that build upon each other and they grow. And that's what success is built on. Success is built on the accumulation of doing the right things. The accumulation of right and exact laws and principles and guidelines over an extended period of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I want to share with you. As I told you, my goal is to keep these scopes to 30 minutes, especially in the middle of the day, 30 minutes. So you can get the nugget, you can use it the rest of the day. You can get the nugget, you can share it. You can get the nugget, and you can implement it in your life. And here's a tip from a student to a student. If you're a student, you watch it over and over and over again, and you take notes. You take notes. And what that would allow you to do, it will teach your mind. Train your mind, your brain. Most importantly, train your consciousness to identify little bits of nuggets, not big pieces, chunks of nuggets. Anybody can see a big boulder coming down, a big chunk of advice or a big nugget coming down, right? But it's the wise, trained man or woman that sees the little particle, the little dust that's floating in the air that you can't see. See, it take a trained eye to see the dust that's floating past me right now. You do that by hours and hours of studying and raising your conscious level up. Right? To know that it exists, so you go there looking for it. You know it sounds good and it feels good. That's an indication that there's something of substance there that you need to go and glean out of it. All right? This is what you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen, when you get my course. I come with the course. We're going to add some live private training to this program once you get it. So go to thesecretstoWholesaling.com. And if you really can't wait and you want to get it now, Dominique, if you want to get it now, like right now, after the .com, put /index1, the number 1, .html, HTML, /index1.html, and you'll be able to get it at a special pre-lease price. All right? So this 13 hours, ladies and gentlemen, forms, everything are included. 13 hours of boot camp style training. Private. This is me. I'm not a guru. I'm not trying to make hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars off the course. I'm trying to identify those serious investors that I can partner up with for bigger deals. And I'm trying to help those like myself. I want for me what I want for you. And I want for you what I want for myself. All right? Used to be a stockbroker, so we can talk about this economy, but the best thing I can tell you is create your own economy. Control your own economy. Because that's the only thing that you can depend on. All right? So thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. If there's any questions, go ahead and put them in now. All right? If not, we'll see you at the next scope. At Darrell Muhammad, Periscope, Twitter, Darrell Muhammad fan page, Facebook, and YouTube. Go there and check me out on YouTube. Just put in Darrell Muhammad, and you'll find my many videos and many channels, okay? If I can help you, reach out to me. I'm open for free consultation. Reach out to me on those platforms, and I'll get with you, and we'll get on the phone, and we'll make some things happen, all right? The top, because you, your family, but most importantly, your community deserves your very best. See you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.